Greetings, salutations. I just wanted to jump on here, talk a little bit about the military life. I've been in the Air Force Reserves for about 6 years, just re-enlisted for another 4. And I can tell you this, I can definitely see a future unfolding for myself. I didn't think that it would unfold like this. I didn't think that I would gravitate towards it like this. But I initially joined because I wanted to gain more structure for my life, gain more discipline for my life. Because, just backing up a little bit, I was at a low point in my life, in my marriage. My wife and I, we were having a really hard time. That's a whole nother story. We were having just agreement issues. We weren't unified, and I was very inconsistent in some areas between us. And I believe a lot of men can relate with this specific thing that I was inconsistent with. Well, I was consistent with being inconsistent, if you know what I mean, if you follow me. And it was bringing damage to our harmony. It was bringing damage to our friendship, to our intimacy. And I'm not proud of it. Like I said, that's going to be for another video. So ultimately, I made the decision to go into the Air Force Reserves. Initially, I wanted to go into the active duty side, but I did the reserves just to try it out. I studied for my ASVAB. I looked up a bunch of videos on YouTube as much as possible, and it's just struck my interest, and I was pretty much sold to go ahead and make that effort and going forward with it. Spoke with a recruiter. It was a great engagement with the recruiter. He got me set up to go to what's it called? MIPS? I forget what it's called. It's been so long. But did my ASVAB, scored pretty good on it. I didn't do too bad. I didn't do low. I would say it was average. But I did have a lot of job selections as well. I scored a 62, and I stayed up late many a nights. And just a little preview or a little insight on me studying for it. My wife would see me going through it, studying and putting in that work, because she seen I was inconsistent with so many things, or with the really important things. She didn't think that I would follow through with this. So she made one comment to me one night saying that, I don't know why you studying that. Or she came downstairs from the bedroom and asked me, what am I doing up so late? And I said, I'm studying. She said, I don't know why you're doing that. It's not like you're going to do it. It's not like you're going to make it through. And that was a shot, but at the same time, it was fuel. The old saying, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. And I use that as fuel to propel me forward to not only prove to her, but to prove to myself that I'm going to follow through with this. And I'm so glad I did. Like I said, did my ASVAB, scored great, went through all the medical stuff, which is, you can look it up on other videos too. Or maybe I'll make another video about all what I went through as far as medical and appointments and paperwork. And not like I had like a bunch of paperwork to be taken care of or drafted up, because I'm a pretty healthy guy. I'm 6'6". People think I'm 6'10". They sort of blown away about it. Right now I think I'm like 210, but at the time I think I was like 205. I was between 195 and 200. Yeah, pretty healthy guy. No medical record, no injuries, don't smoke. I drink, but I'm not heavy on it. So I didn't have any issues with the medical thing. I will say this though. As I was going through it, I was really thinking like, man, I'm really doing this. Like, to myself. I don't know if you ever had that moment where you actually are doing the thing that you aspired to do, that you set out to do. And it was a pretty big goal. And you're so used to failing and so used to being inconsistent that there can be some fear there. And imposter syndrome will set in too. Imposter syndrome is when you're commended for doing something or being a certain way or acknowledged in a certain aspect, but you don't feel like you're worthy of that that complimenting or that acknowledgement. And I even deal with that from even now in my military career. Anyhow, made it through, got my shipping date. They had at my base where I'm at, I live in Pennsylvania, and the closest base that had my job is at Joint Base Andrews. And I was going down there, commuting, to do something called the Deployed and Training, what is it? Deployed and Facilitate Training. Oh my goodness, I gotta do my homework. I feel ashamed right now, but I was doing this program. They were basically prepping you to get into basic training. And our instructor was an actual MTI, a former MTI, so I just felt like that was grace by the Almighty for us to have somebody like that. He was a great guy, great guy. He had us form up at times. He helped us paying attention to detail. He got us ready for formation as far as right face, left face, about face, things like that, commands and all of that. He got us used to that. So when we got down to basic, and I took that stuff serious. I really enjoyed marching. I really enjoyed the attention to detail, even though a lot of it sucked. And I guess another video could be for my basic training experience. I went back in 2019. I know it's a lot different versus now. I went in when there were ABUs. I mean, we're in OCPs right now. And people that went in post-COVID, I haven't done any research. Maybe you guys can talk about it in the comments or whatever, about the changes between pre-COVID and post-COVID and how things went as far as training and tech school and all of that. But when I went, it was a great experience. It was a terrible experience. The main reason is because I have a family back home that I left, man. So, made it through, came back, and got assigned to my duty station. And now, like I said, I'm 6 years in this thing now. And I'll tell you, man, like at first I was on a slow track. Well, at first I hit the ground running, very excited, very eager to learn and to get into my job, very meticulous because I didn't want to mess up. And then after a while, you could be around a certain people and they will have heavy influence on you, because the military is different from your civilian job. The influence that you'll have from your military co-workers versus the civilian job can be quite different, because in the military you have a different perspective of carrying out your jobs, carrying out your duty, customs and courtesies, obeying, and things like that. Whereas on the civilian side, if you disobey or whatever, I mean, you can get some reprimanding, you can get some consequences, but it's not going to be as harsh. You're not going to be as nervous, for lack of better terms, whenever you get in trouble. You can get called by your manager, you can get called out by your manager, you can get an email or whatever. But in the military, if you get called out by the commander or by an officer and they call you to their office, it's a different weight on it. I mean, people that are in the military, comment down below. Tell me if I'm lying. If you are in the reserves or the guards and you had that comparison between your civilian side versus the military side, the weight of the consequence is a lot different. It's a lot different. You're way more nervous. You're way more sweaty. You're way more just scanning through your brain. Sometimes, even if you don't know what you're being called up for, dang, did I send up my EPB? Dang, did I sign off on so-and-so? Dang, did I mess up on an email? Dang, did I send out my voucher? Whatever the case is, or you just, sometimes you don't know, or sometimes you do know, but you don't know how harsh they're going to come down on you as well. So, anyhow, I think I was getting off track a little bit there. Yeah, people can have a negative influence on you, and that's what happened to me, I can say. Even though I have a positive personality, people that have bad experiences, they can project that onto you, and they can cause you to lose sight of your vigor and your eagerness to learn and to grow and to develop and want to make change and want to be that one person to make the change, to make the difference in your setting and in your group. My encouragement to you is that if you have that energy, if you have that aspiration, please do me and do yourself and those around you a huge favor, and don't let up. Keep believing in what's in your spirit to make that positive change, because all it takes is one person. All it takes is one person to start a chain reaction. I can tell you this, there are many people, hear me, there are many people that are willing to make the change and do what's right and be consistent in it and stand out and speak up, but they're so influenced around the negativity that it stifles them and it paralyzes them and causes them to go mute. And it causes them to go along with the crowd and laugh at things that they really don't even find funny. Comment on things that they usually wouldn't comment on. Just be out of character. Just act out of character and just go with the flow. Oh, well, you know how to go. Oh, we're in the military. Oh, we're in the military. And they just want to resort to that, default to that excuse, which is horrible. It's trash. We're in the military and we're supposed to uphold a certain image and a certain character. The core values in the Air Force are integrity first, excellence in all we do, and service before self. We're supposed to carry that out in the military at all times. We're supposed to be professionals. Yes, we're supposed to have fun. I'm not saying for us to be uptight and be all strict and not have any type of fun. And you know what I mean? No, not at all. Let's loosen up. Let's have fun. We can shoot the breeze. But let's not get carried away and lose sight of why we're here. So I did lose my way a little bit, or not lose my way, but I did slow down a little bit. And it wasn't until in the past, I would say maybe a year and a half, 2 years, that it started to pick back up. And I'm glad, I'm grateful that the Most High has allowed certain quote unquote bad situations to happen to me, because the old saying is, when you hit rock bottom, the only direction for you to go is up. I didn't hit rock bottom. I don't know if I ever will hit rock bottom in any situation, but I've been in tight situations where it will cause me to run to God and plead with Him and ask Him for help. And I would get that help, and I would get my strength back and my encouragement back and want to move forward. So I'm thankful for those tough situations that help propel me to where I am now and the potential that is within me, and to see it come to fruition slowly unfolding. I see great opportunity ahead of me right now. Networking with people, standing out, getting out of my comfort zone, being more consistent with speaking up and doing what I see that needs to be done to make a positive impact and a positive difference. And the thing is, I may not see it right away, and I even have some pushback. I've heard pushback literally today. I've heard pushback on certain things that I've done. Some things I've done innocently, and some things that I've done intentionally, but with the right thing in mind when I was doing it. And the message I would get, it would be mixed. Oh, that was great that you did that thing, but just be mindful of this, that, and the third, because some people, even though some people like it, there are other people that don't like it. And they'll tell me flat out straight like that, which is cool. It's full transparency. And that's cool. It can be discouraging, but I can't let the comments of others really dictate what I'm here to do. If we allow that to happen, then you'll just be tossed to and fro, because now I'm being validated and now I'm being charged by the comments of people rather than being intrinsically charged by what the Almighty has put within me to push and to exude, you know, and to flow in and to operate in, you know, and things like that. So long story short, my career in the Air Force Reserves has been great so far. I get a charge when I come down here many a times, when I engage with people, you know, because they sense my energy, that I'm a positive guy, that I want to make a difference, that I want to do the right thing, and I want to help people. And I'm gonna be honest, you know, there are a lot of UTAs, a lot of drill weekends when they have the awards, as far as Airman of the Quarter, Airman of the Month, blah blah blah. I'm a staff sergeant. I haven't won one award yet, and I've been in 6 years. There are people, and one person in particular, and like I said, I'm being transparent. And I keep it real? I'm gonna keep it real anyway, because I'm just gonna keep it real. There are times when I be hating. I'm just gonna say it. There are times when I be hating. I don't know why. I don't want to hate. I don't want to hate on nobody. I don't want to hate on nobody, because I don't want nobody hating on me, to be honest. If they hate on me, I mean, it's whatever. But then you got people that'll verbally hate on you and physically try to do things to hold you back, overtly and covertly, which isn't cool at all. But sometimes it's within me that's like, dang, like, why is she getting that? Dang, why he getting that? Dang, he won again. Dang, she won again. Like, or he got that, and I've been in this thing, and they came in like last year and they win it already. But like I said, I have to keep it real and I have to be fair. I gotta self-reflect and say, hey, what are you doing though? What did that person do? That person is doing stuff and they're being recognized for it, hence why they won the award. So you need to check yourself and say, hey, are you doing what's required of you? Are you doing what you know is supposed to be done? Are you going above and beyond? And not just to be noticed, but going above and beyond because that's within you and you know that's the right thing to do as far as what's put inside of you. Again, we can't be drained and we can't be knocked off course because of what other people are experiencing and projecting. We can't do that. If we get distracted, that's cool, but get right back on course. And we got to be connected with like-minded people so that they can fan the flame and keep you going with where you know you want to be at. So like I said, right now, I see a great opportunity before me, and I'm grateful for it. I was getting a lot of accolades today, and I'm thankful for it, but all glory goes to the Most High God. All glory goes to Jesus Christ. I'm just grateful that I haven't given up. I'm grateful, man, that the Lord is still charging me. He's giving me a personal charge to help people in a special way. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So here's my little short video. Like I said, you can't allow other people to dictate what you want to do and who you are and who you believe you are to become, because their convictions are so strong based off of what they've experienced in life. We have to be true to ourselves and become who the Most High has destined us to be, because when we do that, we're not only benefiting ourselves, but ultimately we're benefiting others and inspiring others to become who they ought to become in real life, in real time. Heck, the Bible says that we are not to be overcome with evil, but to overcome evil with good. So there you have it. Let that sit, let that marinate. And that's all I have for you. God bless you. I wish the best for you. And I'll probably see you in the next one. Peace.